Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Align Your Marketing podcast. I'm your host, Chelsea Gardner, and this podcast is designed specifically for loan officers, real estate professionals, and business owners looking to simplify and align their marketing strategies. Each week, we will dive into tools, tips, and tactics that are going to help you stay consistent, visible, and ahead of the competition. From expert insights to actionable strategies, you will walk away with everything you need to streamline your marketing efforts and grow your business. Let's get started.
Hey, y'all. I want to talk about something I hear all of the time from loan officers, and that is I don't want to come across as salesy in my videos. Totally valid. Most of us didn't get into this business to be in front of a camera all day pitching loans. I mean, let's be real, right? Most of us did not get into any business to be in front of a camera all day long. Most of us don't have the time to be in front of the camera all day long pitching our services and everything else, unless we are full-time content creators, which we are not. And if you are, you're not my target audience, so I apologize. So here's the good news, though. You don't have to. You don't have to be in front of the camera all day pitching loans. And in fact, I don't want you to. I don't want you being in front of your camera all day long recording video content. And I know you're like, but you're a marketing gal. Like, don't you want us like constantly promoting? No. No, I don't. So what works best right now when it comes to video ads, especially in the mortgage industry for my mortgage pros, is not the hard pitch. It is not getting in front of the camera and saying, "Hi, I'm the best, work with me." Right? It is not, "I have amazing customer service, work with me." It is not, "I do USDA loans, work with me." That is not what is working best right now in video ads. It is the personal touch, okay? The personal touch. Let me explain. So think about the last time you watched a video that made you stop scrolling, right? So scroll through Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you scroll and spend hours scrolling, watching nothing, right? It probably wasn't a polished commercial, okay? And when I say commercial, you know what I mean, right? The ones that are like super polished, well done, you can tell was like maybe AI generated, maybe not. They have like a professional videographer. That's what I'm talking about. It was probably not a polished commercial. It was likely someone that was talking directly to the camera, maybe in their car, maybe in their kitchen, saying something real or something that felt like a conversation and not a sales script. So if you have ever watched someone like bring you into their world and start kind of almost mid-sentence, it feels like, right? Like kind of as if they just picked up the phone and called you and just started a conversation, or you walked into the room and they were mid-conversation and you just listened in. That's kind of the vibe we want to create in your video ads. And that's because when people feel like you're talking to them and not selling to them, we build trust, right? The world, and I know this because I'm in the marketing world, right? The world is full of sales pitches and selling and marketing and being seen and being visible. And it now takes like, I don't even know the number anymore, like 21 touch points or viewpoints for like people to actually even see you, if that makes sense. I mean, gosh, we can drive down, I'm in Florida, I-75 100 times and not see that massive billboard. Okay. That's what happens, right? Because it's just, there's so much noise out there. And so when you are selling or pitching to someone, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to watch it, right? So let me kind of tell you what this looks like for me. So I once recorded a video sitting in my car, parked outside my son's therapy center, no makeup, lighting was awful. Uh, right? Because I was in the shade, so I didn't have like the sunlight. And I just honestly just kind of spoke from my heart. And it was really just about kind of staying visible and how like even busy moms like me can show up. Okay. I didn't run it as an ad. Okay. A little bit different. I did put it in my stories, but I got a lot of responses and comments back to me in my stories from that. It definitely performed better than like all of my polished quote unquote stuff that we would produce and that you would have produced. So why is that? Why is that? And it's because it was real. It felt real. It was real. I brought you into my life and who I am as a human being. And so when people can see your humanity, when they can hear your voice and see your expressions, they feel like you're someone that they can actually trust, right? And that really truly changes everything. So how do you create a video ad that feels personal? Feels personal, that is personal, not pushy, but still gets your point across, right? Because we don't want to pay for ads either that are just like, not have a call to action to work with me. So first and foremost, I want you to try and ditch a script. I know it's so hard. Some people love to read off of monitors, and that's okay to start if that's what you need. But I really want you to work towards ditching a script. When I do these podcast episodes, y'all can probably tell I have bullet points and I talk. So instead, outline your main points that you want to speak from experience with. So, for example, talk about a recent closing where you help someone overcome a big hurdle. Okay. So maybe you were, the second opinion lender that came in clutch and got them into their home in 30 days when no one else could. And, all of the great things. Tell that story without the script, right? You should be able, like, as if you were just telling your best friend what just happened and how you were so excited to get this client into their dream home and that, God, they reached out to like 5 different lenders and they just weren't able to get it done. Like, tell it like you're telling your best friend that story. Okay. Another one is that you hear all the time, share a myth, right? If you keep hearing this myth in the industry, bust it with some facts. I know that's like, we hear that all the time, like share a myth, bust the myth, right? But it can truly be helpful, especially depending on who your target audience is. And especially for first-time homebuyers, if that's kind of your audience, because they truly just don't know. They don't know. And like, I know like, oh my gosh, like I have said over and over and over again, or I'm sure like who nowadays in this world doesn't know that you don't need 20% down to buy a house. But I guarantee you there are still people out there that have no idea that there are other loan options that don't require 20% down. So I know it might seem like a known fact in your world. For other people's worlds, it is not. Okay. And it's okay to say it a lot. It's okay to like repeat it all of the time. It's okay to run an ad for a myth busting fact every couple of months or every month or every week, every other week, bust a different myth, whatever, it's okay. And then tell a story. So especially something that might be emotional or funny, that your audience can really relate to. So I also want you to think about making sure that you're keeping your video content short and conversational. 30 to 60 seconds is great. You're not lecturing, you're more trying to connect, right? Anything really over that minute mark, honestly, sometimes even that 30-second mark, you just start to lose people. We've got like 7 seconds for like attention And honestly, it's like 3 seconds to even captivate in the beginning. So really think about your hook in the beginning. You're already running the ads through your page. So there is no reason to be like, hi guys, this is Chelsea with Fully Aligned Marketing. Like, you done lost them, right? You done lost them. You dive right in, okay? Like, you hear me in my podcast, like, let's talk about something I hear all the time from loan officers. I don't want to come across as salesy in my videos, right? Dive right in. Look into the lens. Look into the lens. Speak as if you are, again, talking to your best friend. You are FaceTiming your best friend. You are sitting on a Zoom and you are talking to your bestie. Because you kind of are. Like, you are talking to someone on the other side of that phone. So you want to be looking at them. Like, if you can't see me, but I am looking at my screen into your eyes, right? You want to connect with them. You don't need a teleprompter. You don't need perfect lighting. You just need to show up with the intent to help and serve, right? And when that comes through, whether you're talking about VA loans, first-time homebuyer tips, how to survive a mortgage roller coaster, your content becomes powerful. And so the next time when you go to create an ad, I want you to ask yourself, does this sound like me? And if it doesn't, I want you to re-record it. Okay. People don't want a polished pitch. They truly just want you. You will hear in my podcast episode, you will hear when I do webinars, you will hear if you ever come see me speak in person. I stumble over my words all of the time. I am not a polished pitcher. I am not a polished speaker. It is just not who I am. I go high, I go low with my voice. I am very animated when I speak. It's just who I am. And it is what it is. You don't like it, you don't like it. I don't have to be your favorite person. So I will connect with those that want to connect with me, right? And that's the same for you. You're going to connect with those that want to connect with you because you are who you are. So that's how you stay top of mind. And that's honestly how you get remembered. So that's how I want you to create video ads that actually work. So here, if you're wondering like, well, what exactly do I mean by personal and not salesy? I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So salesy. Looking for a loan? Call me today and let's get you pre-approved. Personal. I just helped a first-time homebuyer navigate a tricky pre-approval. And here's what you should know before you start shopping. Okay? Hear the difference? Salesy. The market's hot. Don't miss out. Okay? Personal. I've had 3 conversations this week with buyers feeling overwhelmed by rates. And here's the advice I gave them. Okay, hear the difference? Last one. Salesy. I am your go-to loan officer for fast closings. Bam, right? Personal. Let me walk you through how we got a family to closing in under 15 days without the stress. Oh my word. Y'all, do you see the difference? Can you hear the difference? It is the same value, the same expertise, but one feels like a conversation and the other feels like a cold pitch, right? Are you looking for a loan? Call me today. Let's get you pre-approved. No, I just helped a first-time homebuyer navigate a tricky pre-approval. Y'all, here is what you need to know before you actually start shopping. That's a huge difference. So that shift, that's what makes a video ad watchable. People aren't looking for ads, they're looking for people. And so when your video sounds like you, that's when it works. All right. So if y'all want some more support creating content that feels more authentic, actually performs, then I invite you to come join us inside of the FAM Society. It is my monthly membership. You'll get real prompts, templates, training, everything to simplify your content strategy. You can actually head right over to fullyalignedmarketing.com/the FAM Society and get more information or sign up. I will add the link in the show notes. And as always, y'all, thanks for listening. I will see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Align Your Marketing podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode, and be sure to follow us over on Instagram at Fully Aligned Marketing. Also, we love to connect with you and learn more about you, so don't be afraid to send us a DM. Until next time, friends, we'll see you soon.